I'm getting ready to prime this. And I'm gonna put them all the way across and do 2 coats. This is the brackets that are gonna hold the shelves up. I don't know anybody else that would go this overboard underneath there. I'm getting ready to prime this. I'm sad to paint it, but everything in this house is mostly wood, so we need it to stand out. So it's a kind of a non-negotiable. I have to do it. All right, so I'm getting ready to do a coat of paint in these built-ins. I should probably do 2 coats. I already sanded everything, vacuumed it, wiped it down with denatured alcohol, and that primer is oil-based, so it's nice and good. Dried for several days, which I didn't need to wait that long, but that's what is going on. So the built-in here is going to be put in here soon. I'm still trying to decide on a few things, but in the meantime, I just put 2 holes in here, and that way, since the internet and everything is going to go in here, if somebody were to want to, like, down the road put in like Xbox or video games, whatever, they could, and there's not enough room in here, let's say, they could run it into this other side. You could run a power strip through there. And today, I got to put the final piece in here, which I did not do before because I wanted to do the floor first. So then I can come through now and do that final piece. This one here, where I want to add a little bit more flooring, and I want to put this piece here too. However, I don't know, I want to switch this door out, so I don't know if I need to wait to take the door out so I can put a little bit larger piece of flooring there. And then under here, I got to pull this whole thing out, but under there, there's another piece of shiplap I need to put in the bottom that's going to be, about the same size as these. Skinnier, but about that thickness. That will be done. And then I want to put a little strip of kind of like this here. But I want to do like probably a quarter round to tie together that, because I don't want no big trim or anything under there, because I want to store shoes, so I want extra room. This part, I have a board going all the way down the back already. Okay, I'm going to be painting shelves, cabinet shelves. So I built this little jig and evenly spread out these screws so that I could sit the boards right on top of these. So let's see how it looks. The reason why is that way I can, so it's not touching the bottom here like that. So if anything, so what I can do is I can paint the bottom first, flip it over, and the worst case scenario would be like little dots, and you won't probably even see it. And then I can flip it over, since it's going to be soft still, and not have to put it on these pieces of wood. So, and I'm going to put them all the way across and do 2 coats of each side. I just finished the second coat on these shelves. They're going to go into the cabinets there, the built-in cabinet in the kitchen. And I still have to do 4 more of these for the bottom, but I'm just going to do these first before I get into cutting up the other ones. Now this is pretty cool. This is the brackets that are going to hold the shelves up. So yeah, this is pretty cool here. I rounded this with a router. Cut this piece here first with the miter saw. Let's just give it a little bit of an angle so when you go to open up the cupboards, it's not like sharp right here. And then I took the sander and just kind of knocked this down a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and prime all these, prime and paint. Today I put 1 piece of shiplap in the bottom there. So this wall is good. Now I just have to let this dry because I had a big gap there. I'm going to paint that and then I'll be able to push the bottom of this built-in back in there. Underneath it is where we're going to put shoes. I'm going to probably just put a small piece of trim of some sort in the bottom so I don't take up much space, because we need all the width we can have in here. It's 10 inches wide according to the board size, but in reality, it is 9 1/4. So you can put some shoes in there sideways. I don't want to take up any space in the back too much here, so they can lean up against it. So I'll probably just put a thin piece of trim just to fill in that gap in the bottom. I put a couple good coats on here, and there was a little gap in the bottom of that piece that I cut earlier that was bigger than I would have liked. So I was worried because I cut this piece, real thin little piece, as trim. I felt like because the gap was kind of big that it would not have anything to the bottom to hold it. So I'd have to like tack it on the top. So what I did was I cut another strip like this, but even smaller. And this is the same width right here, the wide way, as this board here. And worked great. So that's going to hold it in place, and then I can put this right up and it'll have a bottom to catch onto and a top. So I'll put this in first, and then this will go under here. I'm just going to put this caulk in the bottom of this. I didn't know if I had enough in there, so I squeezed it out onto this thing. It looks like I had plenty, so I could have just caulked it right on the back of this. I like to put this caulk on the bottom here so that it's sealed underneath it. The reason why is because if dust and dirt get in there, which they will, it'll be easier to sweep and clean up later. Yeah, that's the end of it. So anyway, this is clear caulk. So once it dries, it's completely clear. And I'm gonna wipe it out of there real good, anything that squeezes out, because I'm putting it on real crazy right now, but it's all good, it'll make sense. Oh yeah, I ended up painting this also. This piece of trim, I threw it through the router, rounded off the one edge. Oh yeah, that's gonna be so nice. And then I'm gonna wipe it down with a rag. Just make sure everything is sealed first. I don't know anybody else that would go this overboard underneath their cabinet, but I can't help it. Well, actually I do. I know a few people that probably would. There's the piece. Looks good. You're never going to see it, but it's under there, and it'll keep it a little bit more clean.